Hey everyone, it's Kenji. I'm at Uwajimaya here in Seattle, and we're going to talk about soy sauce, the soy sauce varieties in particular. So what I have here is Japanese shoyu. So this is regular Japanese, what's called koi kuchi soy sauce, dark soy sauce. Dark soy sauce is your sort of everyday shoyu. You use it for everything from dipping your sushi to seasoning your food. There is also a version of Japanese soy sauce called usukuchi. So this is light soy sauce. Usukuchi soy sauce is light in color. It has nothing to do with diet or salt level. Usukuchi soy sauce is lighter in color, but generally saltier and a little bit stronger in flavor. It's made with a higher proportion of wheat as opposed to koikuchi, which is made with a higher proportion of soybeans. This is used more in Kansai cuisine in Japan, so not quite as common as the dark soy sauce. So I would use this in seasoning soups, seasoning something like ramen broth, or in tamago gohan, egg rice. There's also a version of usukuchi soy sauce called amakuchi, which is sweet soy sauce. Ama means sweet. So usukuchi soy sauce with some sugar added to balance out the saltiness is called amakuchi. Over here, you have your sort of fancier, higher-end soy sauces. So those are fermented using a more traditional process than the sort of mass-market soy sauces. So they're going to have a slightly better flavor. And then up here, you have things like white soy sauce. So white soy sauce is made with a much higher proportion of wheat and is not fermented as long, so it has a more delicate flavor to it. And then you also have flavored soy sauces. So like cherry blossom, smoked soy sauce. You're going to have mushroom soy sauces. I typically don't mess around with those too much. Down here we've got liquid aminos. So liquid aminos are not soy sauce. They are made from soy, but they are like a hydrolyzed vegetable protein. So, they range. They can be soy, they can be coconut, they could be wheat, but they are essentially like a fermented vegetable protein product that has some of the qualities that soy sauce will have, but it's not made using the same fermentation process as soy sauce. So they're not really exchangeable. When we talk about, sometimes recipes will say light soy sauce, L-I-G-H-T, and when they don't specify that they're talking about usukuchi, like the Japanese light soy sauce, typically they might mean something like this, which is low sodium soy sauce. I also typically don't really cook with this very much. So don't get confused between light as in low sodium versus light as in usukuchi soy sauce. Over here we have tamari. So tamari is made like soy sauce is made, but it has a much higher proportion of wheat. Oftentimes tamari is going to, a much higher proportion of soybeans. So oftentimes tamari will be 100% soybeans. So if you are gluten intolerant, you can get tamari instead of soy sauce and use it interchangeably with the koi kuchi soy sauce. That said, not all tamari is completely wheat-free. Some of it has small amounts of wheat in it, so make sure that it says gluten-free on the label if you are worried about the gluten content. Now, we move into the Chinese soy sauces. So Chinese soy sauces, like Japanese soy sauce, come in dark and light varieties. However, they are quite different. So in Chinese cooking, dark soy sauce, which is this one, is going to have color added to it typically, so it'll be much thicker, much darker, and sort of sweeter in flavor. And usually you use these mainly as a coloring agent for dishes to give them a deeper, darker color. There's a little bit of flavor in here as well, obviously, some saltiness, a little bit of sweetness. Light soy sauce is going to be your typical seasoning soy sauce in Chinese cooking. So in most stir fries, especially ones where you're going to have a darker sauce, you'll use a combination of light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. So Japanese shoyu, this one, your koi kuchi soy sauce, is going to be somewhere in between Chinese light soy sauce and Chinese dark soy sauce. So if you're only going to keep one bottle on your shelf, I would keep this one because you can use this in stir fries in place of a combination of light and dark Chinese soy sauces. That said, I typically keep all three. I keep the Chinese ones and I keep the Japanese ones. And then down here, we move into our other Southeast Asian soy sauces. So this is Datu Puti. This is like the Filipino brand of soy sauce. It's going to be a little bit sweeter and a little bit darker in color, somewhere close to a Chinese dark soy sauce, but a little bit saltier than that. And then finally, your Indonesian soy sauce, which is a sweet soy sauce. This is like a syrup, you know, it's real thick and sweet. So if you're making like an Indonesian fried rice, something like that, that has a lot of that sort of sweet flavor to it, this is the soy sauce that you would use. And I think that covers most of the soy sauces here. Are we missing anything?
Probably.
We're probably missing stuff, but all right. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, yeah, I hope that was helpful.